Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing for more related content, and if you have, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So on today's video, we will be making a hoodie, and we won't be drafting the pattern from scratch today. We will be tracing off from a hoodie we already have and love the fit of. Start by turning your hoodie inside out so it lays smoothly on top of your pattern paper. Hold the neck and the shoulders together like so, and lay the hoodie on top of your paper and arrange it smoothly. Now let's trace around the hoodie. I decided not to trace the neck, instead I will use rulers to draw out the neckline. Now use your rulers to straighten out the lines perfectly. I made my pattern straight at the center front and also at the side seams. The armhole is slightly curved, as you can see, and that is because the hoodie is a drop shoulder, so it won't be curved as much as it would on a normal top. I drew both my front and back on the same pattern so I can save pattern paper, but you can go ahead and use the front to trace out the back and just change the neck depth for the back. Next, label your pattern and draw out your cutting instruction and add hem allowance and seam allowance if needed. I didn't add seam allowance because my hoodie is already oversized. Here I was just showing you my front and back necklines. The back neckline depth is 2 cm from the shoulder line. Next, we'll be tracing out the sleeve. Make sure you stretch the wrist of the sleeve when tracing so it cannot become too tight even before adding elastic. I cut my sleeve pattern on fold. You can trace the sleeve so you have a full sleeve pattern, so you can cut it at once on the fabric. This is the fabric I will be using. I already made a tracksuit with it and I lost the video of me making the tracksuit. Anyway, lay the pattern you just drew out on top of the fabric like so, making sure the fabric is laying flat. Pin the pattern, then cut, and remember to add seam allowance if needed. I cut out two pieces at the same time, as you can see, so I will remove one piece and use it to cut out the front. If you drafted the front and the back separate, then cut one of each on fold. Next, cut out your sleeve and let's get to sewing. Place the front and the back pieces together and pin at the shoulders, then stitch and overlock. These are my sleeves, and here I was just making a design detail to replicate what I did with the tracksuit, but it didn't look as good on the sleeves. Next, pin the sleeves to the hoodie with right sides facing, then stitch and overlock. Do the same thing on the other side as well, and if you don't have an overlocker, you can always use a pinking shear or a zigzag stitch. After stitching and overlocking, this is how it should look. Now pin the sleeve from the underarm to the hem of the sleeve and also to the hem of the hoodie, and do the same on the other side, then stitch and overlock. The next step is to mark in your hem allowance, which should be enough to pass your elastic through. Fold your hem allowance starting from the side seam going all around, then stitch around the pinned areas and leaving a gap wide enough to fit the elastic through. Take your safety pin or whatever you can use to fit the elastic, then fit the elastic through the gap we left unstitched. Pin and stitch the elastic together, but make sure it is not turned inside. Then close the gap you used to fit the elastic. Now repeat the previous step on the wrist. If you have ribbing, use ribbing instead, because fitting the elastic on a smaller space like this is stressful. If you're adding ribbing on the neckline, do so, and if you're adding a hood, prepare your hood and sew it to the neckline and you're done. I could not finish this hoodie because I ran out of fabric to make the hood, but here is another hoodie I made the exact same way but smaller inside. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys learned something today. Please comment, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.